Now we're heading to Bradenton, Florida, where tennis legend Nick Bollettieri continues to produce some of the finest young talents in the sport.
Having served in the United States Army, Nick Bollettieri turned his sights to tennis coaching back in 1956. Come 1978, the American founded his own innovative training centre, which forever changed the way junior elite tennis was taught.
He's trying to jive me, okay? Next time he does that, give him about 50 squat jumps.
The Nick Bollettieri Tennis Academy was born.
Well, I was a little crazy to start something like this, but I thought very hard about my time in the paratroopers and of putting people together who really wanted to achieve. So I said, gee whiz, if we could put boys and girls together that had this type of discipline and give everything they have, it might work. My role has been very, very simple. There's a ball, just hit it, baby, and go for it. But more so, what we try to do is to try to get a person to be a little bit better each and every day. Remember, there are only a few number ones. Only a few can really make the big-time circuit.
The 10 number ones to have been through the academy include the likes of Becker, Hingis, Sellis and the Williams sisters. However, perhaps the biggest name to have been trained to greatness was Andre Agassi.
Now, Agassi was special. We should have probably thrown him out a lot of times, but you have to know how to read people. Whatever asset I've had is the ability to look at somebody and know how to relate to that person and help that person get a little better every day.
Although the Academy's stars have clearly thrived, US men's tennis hasn't been quite so prolific.
Well, it's not like in the 80s, you know, when we had Todd Martin, Pete Sampras, Jim Courier, Michael Chang, David Wheaton, Andre Agassi. Hey, baby, that ain't easy anymore to have at one place.
One man hoping to put an end to this wait is 17-year-old Ryan Harrison.
I've always had the personality where I want to be number one. If I'm not number one, then obviously there's somebody ahead of me, and I feel like I should be striving to do that and get better. And I think that every great champion has had that mentality. Everybody that's been the number one in the world had the aspiration of being number one in the world. I put everything I have into it, all of my heart and all my effort into every practice and every match, and hopefully it pays off.
Reaching number one will be no easy task for Harrison. Even in his age group, Indian star and fellow Academy member Yuri Bambry finished 2009 as junior world number one. Included in his victories was the Australian Open boys singles.
I think the Australian Open just gave me a lot of confidence to compete, with the best players. It made me believe in myself that yes, I could compete, and if I can do it with youngsters my own age, I think it just shows I'm on the right track, because we know guys like Federer, Lendl, all the great players have followed the same road. So I'm doing well. I've won 5 features. I'm pretty good for a 17-year-old, pretty high in the rankings. I'm just looking forward for the next couple of years. I think the next 2 years are going to be very crucial for me to see where I stand.
With some of junior tennis's great players training at the Bollettieri Academy, the young elite have the chance to push each other to reach their limit.
There's a lot of us out here that really, we all have the same competitive personality, and we're all constantly trying to be better than one another. We're friends and rivals, but we push each other, and I know we all follow each other's results very closely, and that's partly what's, a good reason that's pushed us so far to this point. We've all been moving up pretty quickly and doing pretty well.
One player making a name for herself at the Academy is 11-year-old Maria Shishkina. Having grown up in Kazakhstan, she's now a US citizen and climbing her way up the rankings.
It's really cool, walking where the pros were and working hard. It's really enthusiastic here. I'm sure that I'm going to be number one because I work really hard and I'll have a great result.
Certainly, she has a desire and discipline to be the champion of the universe, not just America. But you must remember this, that there are a lot of other people in the world. So it's how she develops physically and mentally. It's how she's promoted, how the staff is, whether or not her mama can sort of lay back a little bit and not get overexcited.
If any of the current crop of stars training at the Academy are to work their way into the big time, they'll need every tool in the box to succeed. And Bollettieri's there to guide them.
Good backhand right, lift it up a little bit.
To be the best in the world is really a combination. There are a lot of people who strike the ball well, but when the whistle blows, they're entirely a different person. And that's really a big telling tool, how they are mentally, physically, technically. Losing can become a habit as well as winning. And I believe there should be a place for losers and a place for winners. And I want to be with winners.